Shot him, dropped him where he stands. Nice.
Hi, I'm Brian Holtmeyer. Born and raised in Central Missouri. Moved to Montana in like 2001. And started Hammer Bullets about 2015. Started out as a rifle maker, we wanted to do custom rifles, had a custom barrel design that we wanted to do. Ended up making bullets instead. We still have the rifle design in our back of our head that still needs to be dealt with. We need to work on it. We're down here in Texas, getting ready to go on an Aoudad hunt. Should be a blast. Supposed to be some good ones here. The bullets that we're going to be using is a 134 grain power hammer, which is something that we just came out with as a 2mm hollow point instead of a 1.5. It's kind of the middle between the shock hammer and the hammer hunter. Using a 6.5 RPM and a Weatherby rifle. Backcountry is what I'll be shooting. Steve is shooting the hunter, but both of them are 6.5 RPMs, and he's shooting a little 115 grain power hammer. Should be really fun.
Young ram. I'm gonna pay attention to this group. There's like 30 or 40 over here.
Oh, look at that one.
Yep. He's behind some brush right now. He's about to pop back out again.
Yep, there he is.
That's a big ram.
Coming to us.
Coming straight to us, looking straight at us. You just tell me if you feel comfortable.
I can feel the wind shaking it.
Well, it's up to you. If you tell me, Josh, there's absolutely no way, then we're gonna make a move. If you're like, hey, I think I can do it, then we may just sit here.
How far is he there, Steve? I want to get closer.
Okay.
Plus with the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're starting to cook them 5 mile an hour wind. At least.
The first day of Brian's hunt, we had a giant ram spotted, but he was across the canyon about 600 yards away. With the wind blowing and the Aoudad milling in and out of the brush, Brian wanted to get closer, so we worked our way in their direction and tried to close the distance.
Longhorn. Yeah. I need him just to get in the open where we can get a shoulder. He's going away from us. No, he'll turn. He's going the other way. He's going right. He's going to the right, I see. What if he pops out?
We played cat and mouse with that herd of Aoudad all afternoon. We had them under 150 yards, but they kept moving in and out of the brush, never giving Brian a clear, ethical shot on that big ram. The wind switched and that was game over for that herd. So we moved to another area and we're seeing plenty of wildlife, just not the quality of ram Brian was looking for. Giving Back is brought to you by Hammer Bullets, True Flight Adventures, Hunt Tech Pro, Kafaru International, Kenetrek Boots, Kanadi Elite Taxidermy Studio. The next day, the weather took a turn for the worse, and it was much cooler and windier than the day before. We decided to head down low to the creek bottoms to see if we could find these Aoudad laying in the thickets.
This has got to be him. Because all their footprints are right behind us. See all the cotton? I bet you he got it hung up in this tree or something and just ripped off.
They're not concerned with us though, which is good. We just got to be able to get over the top and look down at all of them. And then what we can do is, even if we can't see them, you know, right now, if we get up there and they're still in the scrub, we're just going to plant our asses right there and wait. If there's girls, there will be boys.
After climbing out of the creek bottom, we spotted a huge herd of Aoudad across the canyon, working in and out of the brush. We saw a really good ram in the bunch, so with the wind in our face, we worked in as close as possible, hoping he'd present a shot to Brian.
Yeah. Coming away from us.
Okay, here we go.
Look at that hammer trail.
That was dead in your shoulder.
I know.
They're tough, man. They're tough.
Oh, I think he went down.
He went down. Oh, there he is, right there. That is a mondo. God.
Look how I didn't hit his horn.
Look at that sheep.
Oh, look at that.
You got to be the first one to touch him. I ain't gonna do it. And I'll help you pull him out. What a ram. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's a sheep right there. Golly. That's awesome.
What do you think, Brian?
I'm not sure what to think yet. It's pretty good.
Pretty good for me.
Damn good.
So we're down here in Del Rio, Texas, on one of our ranches, right on the border, backs up to Acuna. We're down here with Hammer Bullets and Giving Back TV. We're out here to hunt Aoudad sheep. It's a late season February hunt. One thing we're encountering right now on this border is a surge of illegal immigration, and it's something that we're battling every day. I tell my hunters as soon as they show up that, you know, just be prepared in case you do see these people, and, you know, just keep your wits about you. Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 illegals over here at the Yost Ranch, Sycamore Creek, down by the number 5 blind. I talked to Gonzalez yesterday. He should know exactly where we're at.
Okay, I'm sorry, sir. Is this are you the rancher, sir?
I'm the hunting guide. I'm the ranch manager out here.
Okay, give me 1 second, okay? I'll transfer you to the station. Give me
Okay.
1 second, sir.
Man, we're tired of it down here in Del Rio. This is your president letting this all happen. Millions every year come through here, and they bust hunts, they ruin the economy, they do everything they can. They bust our fences, they let agriculture go, they let our livestock go. My hunters can't shoot sheep because they're walking all over the damn ranch. It gets tiring. It gets tiring catching all these people and being Border Patrol. So it is what it is. I mean, we'll just keep fighting it until we get somebody in office who wants to do something about it. It's an issue that we're dealing with. More and more day by day, more coming over, and it's becoming dangerous on our ranches because we're constantly having to watch out for these people. We're constantly having to watch out for Border Patrol. We're constantly having to watch out for DPS. So as I'm spotting and stalking these sheep and we're swinging rifles around and pointing guns at animals, you know, it's just that extra danger factor, and you don't want to hurt any human being. But because they are crossing at an extraordinary rate, it's just something we come across every day now. You know, typically we can catch 30 to 40 people on a ranch in a day. And it's just gotten to a point where it's gotten extremely dangerous out here. It's 27 guys in 2 days that these Border Patrol guys have caught out here. So
That's just here.
it's just on this ranch.
This ranch.
It's just on 2,000 acres. I mean, imagine what else is going on. And everybody's turning a blind eye to it because it's not in their backyard. Well, we got 80 illegals. We got sheep coming over the top, but we can't go hunt them because we got to deal with these guys. So you see how my daily job goes, right? Life's hard. You know, hopefully we don't run into these kind of situations when our hunters are in camp, but sometimes you do, and there's not much you can do about it. Luckily, we have Border Patrol and we have DPS out here to help us when we make a quick call, and they're in here and they get in here fast and efficient. But it's a battle. You know, you don't want to do things the wrong way. So as we try to hunt, you know, it messes up the hunting economy, because what'll happen is my hunters will come down and will constantly be busted and bombarded by illegals, and that's not right for my hunters to have to deal with. So not only are they trespassing on property and cutting high fences and cutting our fences and climbing over them and busting everything up and busting into our homes and stealing our stuff, you know, it's also messing with the hunting. And hunting in Texas is a huge operation. I caught 15 the first time, and they came right through the same spot, and I caught where they were camping on that rock wall back there, staying out of the wind.
What do you call this area down there? Right below, right here.
This is,
I think they called it the Safari or Little Africa or something like that. Little Africa, yeah.
I don't know.
I guess so.
But this is what we call the number 5 blind, is this hilltop blind. So this is twice now where I've caught them exactly in this spot. And like I said, the last time when I went down into that rock wall, that's where their camp was. And it was cold as then too. So I imagine that they were burning the fire and staying out of the wind.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you all. So there has to be some kind of solution to this, and we have to curb this problem at some point.
I'm Steve with Hammer Bullets. Came out to Texas to fill a bucket list and do some Aoudad hunting. We came out with Erin Throckmorton with Giving Back TV, and we brought a couple of 6.5 Weatherby RPM rifles, Mark 5s. Got them loaded up just before we came on the trip, and we're going to test out a new bullet, the 115 grain power hammer and 134 grain power hammer. Should be good. The 6.5 Weatherby RPM is an exciting new cartridge. It's really pretty much a hot rod.
The first day of Steve's hunt was very warm. We decided to hunt some creek beds and try and catch these Aoudad coming out of the thick brush late in the day.
I don't know what's behind him though. Stoned him.
Giving Back would also like to thank the following partners.
Well, we came into this little draw that is sub-irrigated. Hiked in here and we found these Aoudad. Slowly watched them trickle in out of the timber. And this big ram came out, jumped right into the middle of them. I don't know how long we had to sit here and wait for him to finally clear all the ewes. Finally cleared, shot him, dropped him where he stands. Nice. Hunting in the 90 degrees in Texas. It's a little warmer than Montana. good. Look at that. What an animal. That is just too cool. This going, daggum, you know, I think he's pretty long.
Oh, he's got it all, brother. He's wide. Here's what? When they come out and the chat start swinging, that's how you know.
Well, you know, he sat up here with all the ewes and the kids were down here, or the lambs. And he sat up in here, I could see him in the trees. I could just see his shadow. He waited, and then all of a sudden, here he comes and he walks right into the middle of them. And they're all sitting there in a pile with him in the middle.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how long did we sit there? I bet 15 minutes waiting for him to clear. I guess we wanted to talk about Trav a little bit. My son. Might be harder than I thought. You know, the subject came up, you know, Erin and I've been friends for quite a while, and I realized I hadn't told him that my son died. Suicide. You know, it's hard. When he died, a piece of me died. You know, and I guess, you know, the subject came up because I told Erin that, you know, I brought him along. He rides in my pack. I take him everywhere now. Funny thing, when that happened, yeah, everything reminds you of him. Things that didn't remind you of him before do now. You know, you guys that have gone through that know what I mean. Those that haven't, don't think you can. You can't even explain it. You know, it's a little different than somebody dying from an accident or getting old or something like that. It hits differently. So I think, you know, if I was to try and get something out about suicide, those of you that fight that demon, don't give up the fight. And I know I don't think people think about it when they do that, but if I can get that into anybody's head, what it does to those you leave behind, none of you want to do that to those people. So don't give up that fight. Keep fighting. It's more important to those that are around you than you know. Here's on the bright side of all this stuff, here's something that I did that I think is pretty cool. I got a bunch of these when Trav died. This one's starting to get a little beat up from being in my pack, but I bring him with me. I got 9 of these for people that wanted a piece of Trav, just to have. And that one's mine, and it rides in my pack, and he still comes and hunts with me. You know, for those of you that are in the same boat that I'm in, best thing I can tell you is don't let it take your joy. You know, it's always there. And I guess it should be, you know, if it wasn't there, something would be wrong. But it's always there. But you can't let it take your joy. You know, that's part of, you know, coming out here to Texas and coming hunting. I don't want to, he didn't want me to lose my joy, and there's still joy. There's still joy to have. You just got to go out and still do it. Piece of me died, but I'm still alive. You know, and I'm gonna keep enjoying it. So, yeah, it's the best advice I can give. Is don't let it take your joy.
This hunt turned out to be more than I could have ever imagined. Seeing the border problems firsthand was very eye-opening to all of us. And having Steve be so open and vulnerable to tell Travis's story as well as his own was one of the most special moments I've ever had. Like Steve said, if you are fighting these demons, please reach out to someone for help. And if you and your family are dealing with this unfortunate tragedy, keep healing, keep living, and don't ever lose your joy.